if you were me sitting here right now, why would I hire you? Then it was like, wham, 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 wham. Like, he just tore into me about mentally in my head. I was like, I'm never wrestling again. Ah, good thing you caught him in a good mood.
What was that conversation with John where you changed everything? Can you touch on that?
It was the shit. It's one of those things, like, you go to be an extra for a couple days, and I mean, it had been, I don't know, just over a year since I'd had my tryout, and they'd said no. And I was kind of surprised, even because when I reached out to Ty Bailey, he was like all positive to me, because I think the last conversation I'd had with Ty Bailey before that didn't seem too positive. When I got turned down, it was really weird.
Was it gutting?
No, because I felt like something happened, like that was out of my control.
Ooh.
when I didn't get hired after my tryout. I mean, I wasn't the demographic they were particularly afterwards, but I think, and I know now that Jericho did get in a fight with Lauriunaitis about it, because like he'd heard about my tryout with my match with TJ and some stuff about me, and he, without even meeting me, he'd pushed for me, and I think Lauriunaitis just got turned off by how many people were telling him to hire this kid from Calgary, right? So I didn't get signed because it was weird. I just remember when I talked to Ty, like there wasn't like a good excuse. So nonetheless, fast forward a year later, come to Raw and SmackDown, enjoy catering and saying hello to everybody I haven't seen in a year, you know, type of thing. Because like now it's weird. Like I can remember the first time I was an extra and didn't know anybody other than like Colt Cabana, and you know now I'm saying hi to Sheamus and everybody type of thing, right? And like all the other Calgary guys I know are like, oh man, like I can know everybody now. And I'm like, well, I was kind of trying to get in for 3 years, you know, you meet people. But so yeah, nothing happens. SmackDown, Nattie's telling me like, you got to go talk to Johnny. I'm like, about what? Like he doesn't want to hire him. She goes, just go say thank you. Okay, just go say thank you. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Like I'll go do that.
Because weird shit has happened.
Right. So, you know, I go to knock on his door. Another guy that's I got hired actually that same day. I can hear him cutting this promo on Johnny like right after I had knocked, and like Ty Bailey had opened the door and he's like laughing and giggling. He's like, just wait, we'll be with you in like a few minutes. Like, all right, cool, Ty, you know. And so like they open the door finally, and this guy comes out, and they're all laughing, smiling, having the best time. Wow, okay, maybe they're in good moods. So I go in, and Ty Bailey says to me, he goes, so here's your 5 minutes. Tell John why he should hire you. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize this was like an interview. I was just coming in to say thank you for having me the past 2 days. It's been nice to be back and, you know, see everybody again and stuff. I appreciate it. But I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, John, like you turned me down a year ago. I've done all the stuff that you asked me to do, that you criticized about, that you didn't like. Like you didn't like my beard, I shaved. Didn't like my hair, I cut it. You didn't like my gear, I changed that too. I go, I mean, you know, I can work, you know where I'm from, you know who vouches for me, type of thing. I really don't know what else to tell you. And he goes, did you bring me a package, kid? I said, no, I didn't bring you a package. Oh, what? Like you do all this and you can't even be bothered to bring me like a package of you wrestling?
I got your package right here.
I said, no, I know you don't look at that anyway.
You're
not going to watch like an indie wrestling match of mine from Winnipeg. Like I know you don't watch it. Like, why would I bring that? I go, I spent the last money that I had from the job I just got laid off that I could come here for to buy this nice suit to walk around backstage. That was what I spent my money on, John, not a promo picture you're not going to look at.
Yeah.
And so then it was like wham, 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 like just like
sparring.
Shit, like not even like it was just me being like boom, 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 because he just.
Oh, you were taking the licks.
Yeah, he just tore into me about, you know, why the you hire me after all the guys like me, dime a dozen, blah blah blah. I eventually checked out. Like mentally in my head, I was like, I'm never wrestling again. It was actually where I went to while he was talking to me. And I was like literally thinking, like, I had the image of like going home and just throwing my boots in the garbage, and I was so sick of wrestling. All my interactions with him at that point had been these shits. He had never been cool. He was always so egotistical and shitty to all the non-talent people at that point in time, and I was just disgusted. I was like, that's it. I was like, I'm about to be 30 years old. I'm about to go home and never wrestle again. So
I gotta lick his boots to get
yeah. You know, that was literally where my brain went to. And then he kind of stopped shitting on me, and he looked at me and he was like, you know, if you were me sitting here right now, why would I hire you? And I said, I wouldn't. I go, obviously there's nothing I'm going to say that's going to tell you otherwise, but like, you've just given me 100 reasons why you don't want to hire me. So like, what do you want me to say? Like, you don't want to hire me. I couldn't say why, if I were you, that you would. And I just sat there and we just stared at each other for a minute. And he put his head down, like, and just like, and like looks up at me. He looks over at Ty Bailey, looks back at me. He goes, yeah, Ty, give this kid a job. Welcome to WWE. And he like gets up, shakes my hand, and like walks out of the room.
What? Oh, come on. Okay.
I swear to God, that's exactly.
I know. I believe. I totally believe
happened.
you.
Like, I couldn't make it up. Yeah. And then Ty looks at me and he goes, "Ah, good thing you caught him in a good mood."
Oh my goodness. So, did you feel the tide turning in that quiet moment? What were you thinking?
I was done.
You're done.
This is done. I was really mad actually at that point in time. I was just trying not to let him know how
be unprofessional.
Yeah. Because I was just, he's such a dick. Like, I'll say that now. Because like when I actually worked with him, when I got up on the main roster, he's great.
Yeah.
Loved him. One of the best producers I could actually work with. I loved working with him once I was up there and signed. But until that point, couldn't have given a fuck about, you know, anybody else that wasn't signed to deal with that type of thing. Like, he was one day he sat down at the table with like a bunch of the extras from OVW and sat there and put himself over for like 10, 15 minutes while he was eating. like as if we didn't know who he was.
Right.
Thing, you know, and I was just like, and I mean, he was so like just mean to people.
Yeah.
Time and you know, I was really turned off by the business. So in that moment when it was just like, oh, welcome to WWE, it was kind of like, what the just happened? Like, oh,
another mind F, right? Like,
yeah, they never really stopped. Yeah, because
you know, they're in that situation. You're not a political guy. You're just, you know, not your strong suit. And that situation really shows that you're an honest guy, though.
Yeah.
You're straight up honest guy. And that, man, like, that goes a long way too. Because a lot of the job is, do I want to be around this guy 60 hours a week? Do I want to be traveling the roads with this guy?
Right.
And I'm just trying to put myself in his shoe, like, you know, a developmental contract, no skin off his ass, right? It's no skin off the company's ass. So
that's just mind blowing, like, too, especially when I get to FCW and look around at the time. And I mean, there's a lot of awesome talent there. And then there's people that are like,
yeah,
how the did you get here? You know, and
he's Batista's gardener. Whatever,
you know, almost actually, yeah. You know, there's a few things like that, and like all I could think of too, because at first, like walking into FCW and you see the people who like don't have any business in being there. All I could think of was like all those people that were killing themselves at OVW to try to get a shot and like couldn't even get a sniff type of thing. You know what I mean? And it just blew me away at how the system works. But like, I guess I get it now for the most part. I understand it, but it's still wow, like, you know, the system that happened before us obviously wasn't much better, you know, but the journey that is pro wrestling, it's something else, and it's not a very forgiving one.
Not at all. It certainly also just, I mean, there's something to be said for being battle hardened and shaping you into the man
Right,
and performer you are.
right. I mean, it is
Um,
wacky to me. Like it's one of those things. Like getting older, you kind of have like certain awakenings where you're like, how did I wind up here?
Hey, you jabronis, don't forget to click subscribe to the YouTube channel and podcast. This has been LiMPiN Ain't Easy. It's wrestling, as real as it gets.